Ron?
All right, I'd like to go ahead and welcome everybody to Tuesday, April 1st, 2025 Warrenton Board of Alderman meeting. If you would, please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we'll have the introduction of a fine young man I watched grow up, so I'll let you go ahead and introduce him, Justin.
Excellent. Yeah, our for the grounds and maintenance department, our new full-time employee is Jacob Alderman.
Welcome, Jacob. Next, we'll have the consent agenda.
We have the regular and closed meeting minutes from March 18th and the work session minutes from March 18th, 2025.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items as submitted.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Corder, seconded by Alderman Lang. Roll call vote.
Alderman Lang?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump is absent. Alderman Corder?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
I'll abstain, I was absent.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
I guess it passes, what, 4-1 abstaining, it's 4-1 with one absent, one abstaining. 4-0, I'm sorry. Next will be hearing from the public. Anybody who would like to come up and speak with us, please come up to the podium, state your name. You have 5 minutes to speak.
Hi, my name is Mike Ebersol.
You can adjust the mic to wherever you need to.
My name is Mike Ebersol. I prepared something, wrote it down so I remember what all to say here. I am the owner of MK Ranch Bar and Grill here in Warrenton. I am here this evening to talk to the board about a problem we are currently having with the city, and hopefully we can come up with a solution that works both for the city and for MK Ranch. The problem we are currently having is with our liquor license. We have already obtained a state and a county liquor license. The state license is a very time-consuming, very thorough process that can take up to several months to obtain. This is the paperwork that it took to get a state liquor license. We have already done that. We have already done that and currently have our state liquor license in hand. The county license is much easier. We simply took our state license, went over to the county building, paid the same fee that we paid to the state. They instantly issued a county liquor license. We then walked over to the city building and the city of Warrenton building attempted to do the same. The problem is, in the city of Warrenton, they require a business license before a liquor license can even be applied for. This is a new construction project that cannot obtain a business license until after our final inspection. The problem with all of this is timing, and here's where hopefully the city can help. We cannot even set up a POS system, we cannot buy inventory, we cannot train staff, we cannot do anything until we have our liquor license. The way the current process with the city is, we would have to finish our construction and sit idle for 6 weeks before we could buy inventory, train staff, open, anything. If I have to sit idle for 6 weeks after construction is completed to open our building, that would kill us. I can't even employ the 35 tax-paying employees on payroll. We're projected to be finished with construction about June 1st. Our construction manager is here with us today to attest to that. We currently have 21 staff members lined up to start on June 1st, and by the time we open, we anticipate having 35 total staff. I understand the need for a final inspection before a business license can be issued. I would simply ask the board this evening to consider allowing MK Ranch to obtain their liquor license now, as we have already done so with the state, we have already done so with the county. Simply ask that you allow us to obtain our liquor license now so that we can begin to buy inventory, set up our systems, and train our staff. Thank you for your time.
Hang on 1 second in case any have questions. Does anybody have any questions?
No, I understand the situation, yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else who'd like to come up and speak? Next will be Board of Alderman comments.
Good. Right now.
All right, next one will be the original package liquor license from Moser's located at 1035 Armory Road, new managing officer. Does anybody have any questions on that? No. I'll entertain a motion to approve the original package liquor license for Moser's located at 1035 Armory Road.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Romaker, seconded by Alderman Lang. Roll call vote.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Corder?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Alderman Lang?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0 with one absent. Next, we'll hear from City Administrator Brandy Walters.
Good evening. The first thing that I have for you tonight is a slight code change to the grievance policy. All we're doing is changing it to current practice. Currently, we use human resources instead of director of operations, so it's just to remove those, change those two titles out. Director of operations was put in there because at the time we didn't have a designated human resources person, whereas now we do, and that's our current practice.
Any questions on that? No. I'll entertain the motion for the first reading of Bill number 15-25.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Schultz, seconded by Alderman Romaker. Is that correct?
Yes.
An ordinance amending section 125.040 of the municipal code of the city of Warrenton, Missouri regarding grievance policy.
I'll entertain the motion for the second reading of Bill number 15-25.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Corder, seconded by Alderman Lang.
An ordinance amending section 125.040 of the municipal code of the city of Warrenton, Missouri regarding grievance policy.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Corder?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Alderman Lang?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Bill passes 5-0 with one absent.
Tourism met on March 25th, and they would like to recommend approval for the interstate attraction sign for Dairy Queen in the amount of $600. This is a budgeted item.
Any questions on that? I'll entertain a motion to approve the tourism recommendations in the amount of $600.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, seconded by, let's say, Alderman Lang. Roll call vote.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Romaker?
Yes.
Alderman Lang?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Corder?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0 with one absent.
We would like to say thank you for all the participation in the traffic study, that those responses have come back, and we ended up with 676 responses, which is phenomenal. So thank you for everybody who participated in that. We'll be moving forward. We'll get those, all of that stuff, all that information gathered together and move forward with that. And the only other thing I have for you is the town hall type meeting is going to be April 23rd at 5:30 here in the Annex Building.
5:30.
Yes. And that's all I have for you tonight.
And do we want to advise what that's going to be about?
Sure. What we're going to talk about is our current housing code, basically. So we will discuss the multifamily, single-family lot sizes, housing sizes, those kind of things, and concerns. Any of those concerns can be addressed. There will not be any decisions made that night. It's just so that we can hear what the public has to say.
We definitely reach out to Mr. Wolf since he is one of the ones that really
Absolutely.
inquired. All right, thank you.
Yes.
All right, next we'll hear from Finance Officer Megan Welder.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. You have in front of you the financials for the month ended in February of 2025. For revenue, we are over roughly $19,000 in projected revenue for the general fund, mainly due to pool-related transactions of around $11,000, and then trash revenue of $5,000. In other, We are over projection by 29,000 in both the general fund and then 29,000 in the water sewer fund for assets that were sold at the beginning of the year. For expenses, in the admin department, we are over budget $11,000 due to a budgeting error for trash expense. And then we are over budget $20,000 in pool, again, budgeting error on electric and gas expense. Grounds and maintenance were under $15,000 due to salary-related expenses on a vacant position. And lastly, under budget in street, $8,000 due to salary-related expenses of a vacant position as well. Do you have any questions about the financials?
I don't believe so.
So, again, as I mentioned, the budgeting errors, I want to get the financials lined back up and do a budget adjustment for some items that we've come across in these first few months. Normally, this isn't done until October, but I don't want to continue to present financials that don't really make sense when we have known expenses that are not being captured. So one of the things that was done is we had a reserve of $800,000 at the end of 2024, and for this year's projection and budget, we'd wanted to up that to $1 million. So in order to offset some of these misses, I'm going to bring that back down to $800,000 in the reserve in hopes that we can get it back up to $1 million. But for now, that will help offset. And we were also a little conservative on the revenue projection for interest earned, so I think that's going to offset the rest of it. And we had about $7,600 worth of website enhancements that were budgeted. Part of this budget adjustment ordinance that's actually going to be paid out of ARPA cash, so it's not coming out of the general fund. So it's technically a little less than the $240,000 that I'm requesting. So there's an ordinance for the budget adjustment, or the budget amendment rather. So there's a bill for that.
Any questions? No. All right, I will go ahead and entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 16-25.
So moved.
Second.
Quarter, second by Alderman Lang.
An ordinance amending the budget of the city of Warrenton, Missouri for fiscal year ending December 2025.
Entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 16-25.
So moved.
Second.
It was first on it. Give it to Alderman Rollmaker, and then Lang, were you the second one?
I'll take it.
Alderman Lang, second.
What was it again?
Rollmaker and Lang.
Okay.
Roll call vote, sorry. Threw me off there. Roll call vote.
An ordinance amending the budget of the city of Warrenton, Missouri for fiscal year ending December 2025.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Rollmaker?
Yes.
Alderman Lang?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Quarter?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes. Bill passes 5-0 with one absent.
That's all I have for you this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we're from Justin Knoll, Grounds and Maintenance Director.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. You have our report for February, our hourly report. Just a couple highlights from the last month. We applied for a tree grant with Forest Relief. So we were awarded 32 trees that we're going to be planting at Binkley Woods on April 12th with a small group of volunteers, and we are still looking for a couple volunteers to help with that process. And again, that'd be on April 12th at 9 a.m. at Binkley Woods. We did also apply for a vehicle donation grant with Ameren, and that would be for an additional boom truck, looking for a little bit larger lift and stuff to kind of help us on the trees and stuff along the streets and within the parks. Our seasonal crew members have started back, been a big help assisting with spring cleanup and preparing the parks for summer. We did have 2 trees removed from Frick Avenue, and then crew's been busy out the sports complex preparing the soccer fields and baseball fields for the spring season that started last weekend. I believe TSM has 750 kids signed up for this spring season, so it's definitely getting bigger and bigger. Last week they started with spring soccer.
Oh, okay.
And I think baseball is going to be coming up here in just a couple weeks.
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Thank you, Justin. Next, we'll hear from Public Works Director Guy Chambers.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. You have my February monthly report. Few items. We had a water main repair on Lakeview, repaired 3 water shutoffs, snow removal, and then a repair of the equipment. We had 7 sewer calls, 5 are on private, 2 are on city. And right now, Pace Construction is doing a sewer line is on South Morgan. They met with the contractor, and our project manager met with the homeowners to make sure everybody was on the same page, what we gotta do, go through the property. And I was under the understanding that that conversation went well, so I think everybody's on the same page. We just gotta make sure we follow through with what we need to do. Any questions or anything?
I don't believe so. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I will entertain a motion to close the regular Board of Alderman meeting.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Porter, second by Alderman Lang. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. We are so adjourned.